Hello and welcome back to another episode of Laugh Lily Kincade with your host, your girl Lily Kincade. This is episode 13 of season 3. Time is flying. I know I say this every week, but I'm so happy you're here. And I hope that you learned something from this podcast, get inspired, go share it with friends. It's really fun because, my main thing is I'm a storyteller and a communicator in music primarily, but the process from writing a song to then finally releasing it can be quick, but usually it can take like around a year or 2 years. And so I love having this podcast where we can kind of talk in real time about life and growing up and advice on reaching your dreams and goals. And today I have a very long requested episode giving you guys my tips and sharing what it really takes to make it in music. If you don't know and you're randomly seeing this, hi, my name is Lily Kincade, and in addition to this podcast, I am a songwriter, storyteller, and artist. I've released 34 songs, I believe, 100% independently. I just released my debut album, Cinematic, in October, and I'm currently working on a deluxe version of Cinematic, but I've also released 2 EPs, a bunch of different singles, and I pretty much do everything on a DIY budget, DIY vibes. I make all of my own lyric videos, everything you see on my YouTube channel, even on my Spotify too, the canvases and things, I do those all myself. I film them sometimes on my phone, even on old camcorders, and I edit them in iMovie and CapCut and things. But music is everything to me, and I get a lot of requests from people who want to be in the music industry, whether that be they want to be an artist, they want to be a songwriter. And so today I was like, you know what? It's my birthday week, so I was like, you know what? I'm just feeling fun. This is my gift to y'all, and this is like sharing advice that I live by in music, and I also wish I kind of knew sooner in music, if that makes sense. But this doesn't just apply to the music industry. This could apply to any sort of creative field, anything that's creative, where you are putting a lot of yourself into your work, where it becomes hard to separate work and personal. This episode is for you. Okay, before we begin, make sure you're subscribed. And also we have to read our quote. We read a quote every single week that correlates with the theme. And I have 2 picked out. Today. I'm reading it on my old not iPod. You guys, I almost called this an iPod. No, iPad. Because then that way I can have little notes, and I love it. I'm also wearing, okay, side note, wait, I'm gonna have to do like an overlay maybe. I'll do an overlay here. Okay. I'm wearing some merch, which you can get on lilykincade.com. Look how cute this little hoodie is. So for my song Winter Coat, which is a bop if you have never listened to it, I made a dress for the cover out of these Polaroids. And so I had so many Polaroids and winter coats, and so I decided to put them on the back of this jacket. I love it. It says Winter Coat and Lily Kincade on the sleeves as well. Super cute. So you can shop merch on lilykincade.com. Anyways, back to the topic. I just had to show off my coat before we get started. Okay, quote of this episode. Success in the music industry isn't something that you wait for or hope for. It is something that you create day after day. Period. By Simon S. Tam. Period. Such a good quote, right? And then the second is, genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Thomas Edison. Period. We're just going to dive right into it. I have a lot of tips / things. So get a pen and paper. If you don't want to take notes now, listen and take notes later, because I'm telling you, if you can start already knowing all these things I'm about to share, like, you're going to be so far ahead of me, so far ahead of so many people. And so, yeah, learn from others. I love learning. That's even why I created this podcast too, because I listen to so many podcasts. I'm reading books constantly. And I think that, we're supposed to do life together. Life is not meant to be done, alone. So we're here for each other. Okay, enough yapping, Lily. We're getting into it. Number 1, decide your core values and do not compromise on those core values. / decide this is where my line is. Because the thing is, in music, in any creative field, people will try to take as much as they can. They will try to push your line as far as it could go. So no, this is what I'm not going to do. Maybe it could be like, I'm not going to use cuss words in my songs, and stand firm on that. Or maybe it's like, I'm not going to do this and stand firm on it. Or I want to make sure that I don't want to have paid fake streams. I'm not going to do it. Even if it looks good, I don't want to do it. Know what you are not going to compromise on. And this is like physical things, like, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to wear this, but also like your values. Know, like, oh, I'm never going to like say this, or I'm never going to write a song about this because that just doesn't feel authentic to me. So know who you are and know what your values are, and don't compromise. And I would recommend writing them down. writing them down, because it can be easy when you're tempted with like, no, but if you do this, you're going to go viral. If you do this, you're going to be really popular. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you, you're keeping your soul and integrity intact is worth so much more, especially as a creative. Like, that is how you are going to be able to continue to create authentically. So yeah, know what matters to you, know what your values are, and know what you are not willing to compromise on. Okay, the next thing is be honest about what you don't know. And this kind of goes with like, you have to either have it be a close friend or you honestly like judge yourself and your skill set to know the things that you need help on. Like, for example, I know how to do basic production, right? I know how to record vocals and things, but honestly, that is not my skill set. I wish it was. It would be so cool if I could just like do it all. And I can do it, but it's just not my skill set. It's not my skill set. And so then I know, okay, I need to collaborate with people that is their talent. And then I can work on my talents 100%. Maybe you're not the best at social media. Be honest about it. Maybe you're not the best at makeup and you want to make sure you have a makeup artist or a friend who knows how to do makeup really good for your shoot. Maybe you want to bring in a co-writer because you have these really good song concepts, but you just need help executing it. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I think, do I have that listed as another point? Maybe, but don't be afraid to ask for help, okay? We are meant to create together, but be honest with yourself. Like, sit down and think about it. Like, know your strengths and weaknesses. And if you want to have like a really close friend or a family member, you can ask them as well, but there's no shame. Like, we cannot be perfect at everything, and we don't want to be good at everything either. We want to be great at specific things and then partner and collaborate with people who are really great at things that we're not great at, you know? So yeah, be honest about that. And that is crucial because it's going to save you so much time because you're going to just know what you need help with. Another tip I have is to use social media intentionally. Like, that is how you are. Social media, I feel like, especially for musicians, it's kind of like the LinkedIn for musicians because you can share things. Like, I always tell people that are looking, I get a lot of artists DMing me, songwriters that are like, I need help finding a producer. How did you find your producer? And I always say, like, post your songs online, like sing them on the guitar, sing them on the piano, sing them acoustically if you want, and say like, I wrote this song, like, would love to find a producer. Like, ask. You can also look for open mic nights in your area. Just search like, you can go on Facebook, you can go on TikTok, you can go anywhere, okay? It's 2026, but post it online. You have to be willing to like put yourself out there. I posted so many songs of mine back in the day before I like had my producers that I like working with, of just me playing them on the piano or me playing them on the guitar or me singing them acoustically, because, you know, you have to like get over that step of feeling scared and just put yourself out there. That's how you're going to meet. Also, like, don't be afraid to ask friends in the industry or family members. You can also go and find kind of like music schools in your area and ask them. Maybe they have like a teacher or a student teacher that can either connect you with people or can help you out, but put yourself out there. I would say the best way is to start posting your original songs, start posting your original work. It can be acoustic, it doesn't have to be perfect, but start posting it on social media and you're going to find the right people to work with. But you can also find like, oh, if you're looking for a photographer, you can find them on social media, build a friendship with them. If you're looking for a makeup artist, you can find that on social media. So like, use it to connect and to collaborate with people. Okay. Another point I have is get good at doing multiple things. This is different from like knowing what your talents are, but if you are wanting to be an artist, if you're wanting to be a musician, get good at other things like content creation, like editing. I edit all of my own music videos, lyric videos. You've seen them all. When I first was using like all these apps to edit my lyric videos, you guys, I was so frustrated because I was like, how do I do this? I don't know what's happening. The computer's glitching, the computer's shutting down. But now it's like an easy habit and I love it. I actually get so excited. Like, it's kind of crazy because I would say probably in the past 4-ish years is when I really dove into photography and like vintage cameras. I got obsessed with it. I learned how to shoot Super 8. I learned how to like edit things and it's so fun. But at the beginning I was not good at all, you guys. So just know like you have to start somewhere and you're going to be a beginner. But then over time it's going to get really fun. And now I get really excited when I'm designing posters or cover art because it's like another creative outlet for me. But learn as many as you can. Like, learn how to video edit, learn how to do lighting, learn how to make your own concert posters. I'm playing a show in Los Angeles March 4th. I'll put the poster here, which you should definitely come to. It can be my late birthday present because my birthday is February 18th, but the show's March 4th. But I made this poster myself, you guys. I printed things out, collaged it, scanned it back in. Very fun, but now I love doing it. So you can get your tickets below, but get good at doing a lot of different things, a lot of creative things. And it's going to greatly benefit you if you also, even if you hire somebody to make a poster, because you have the skill set of doing it yourself, you also know how to communicate with people for like what you want the vision to be, if that makes sense. Okay, another point I have is develop thick skin / learn over time to not take things personally. And this one is one I'm still working on, right? Whenever I say these things, I'm just preaching to myself as well, because of course it's hard to not take things personally when, you know, the music is so personal. Like, I write all of my own songs. My music is like my time capsule, my diary. It's so difficult to not take things personally. And so like, I just have to keep reminding myself, like, it's not personal, but you just have to like remember that, because things are vulnerable. You know, art is very vulnerable. If you have a song and it's very special to you, if someone doesn't like it, it can hurt a lot. Or if someone says like, you should change this, and that part was really meaningful to you, it can hurt, even though it's not personal. Like, you just have to slowly train your brain to realize that, like, don't take anything personal, have thick skin. You have no clue what people's ulterior motives are or why they're saying that. You know, sometimes it's projection about something. So learn that nothing is personal, and like, you just have to keep telling yourself that. Okay, keep telling yourself that, because I know it can be difficult, because art is so special. But don't let that deter you, or don't let those people or those comments stop you from putting your art out into the world, because the world needs your art. Okay, seriously, it does. Okay, the next one is you need to protect your energy / this goes for life in general, but also for musicians. You ever heard the saying? I say this all the time, but you become the 5 people you hang out with. My parents used to say this all the time. It's so true, because, you know, whoever you are, it's like, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. So whoever you are working with and who you are collaborating with says a lot about you too. Not only just like oh my gosh, I can't speak. Reputationally, like, you know, if you hang around in a crowd, even if you are not like the people you hang out with, people associate you with them, like in their brains. But also too, it's like, you know, you rise up together. So make sure that you are working with people that are also just as driven as you, just as passionate, just as kind. I would say that's the biggest thing, is remain a kind person. Good people find good people. There's so much evil in this world, but guess what? Good wins. God wins in the end. And so don't compromise your integrity, and don't hang out with people that are compromising their integrity for, you know, try to get a leg up, or to try to, you know, kind of like social climb, or try to get this to happen fast. Because you know what? It's like, the faster, what do they say? It's like, the faster you rise, the faster you fall. Build slow and steady with good people around you. Surround yourself with good people who also believe in you, who are not belittling your work, who encourage you and build you up, and you do the same for them, you know? So be careful about where your energy is. You know, not every room deserves you. Okay, another point I have is create more than you consume, or at least try to create more than you consume. If you are constantly like looking at videos like how to edit this, how to do this, how to songwrite, at a certain point you can't like learn anymore. At a certain point you just have to do it. And so I challenge you like to just create, even if it's for 5 minutes every day. Like, I try to come up with a little idea. I'll sit up on this piano usually, or my guitar, and I'll put my phone, my voice memos on, and I will sit here and like, just for 5 minutes, literally simple, easy. That's like no time. 5 minutes. I'll just like play around and just sing. It could be gibberish. It could be a phrase. Maybe it's a chorus idea I have, or maybe it's a hook idea I have, but I'll like make myself sit here and just kind of improv out whatever comes to mind. And you would be so surprised at what that has turned into. And some of the songs out came from that, like 3 months, my song 3 months, which you should go listen to. It was about the end of a summer fling, summer relationship. And I remember I was just sitting in my room and I was like, okay, I'm just going to improv for 10 minutes. And I was playing my guitar. And I remember that I was playing my guitar, and literally almost the whole pre-chorus and chorus came out. And I went back like the next day and was like, wait, okay, I have to finish the song. So it's crazy. So like, create more than you consume, and try to make it a daily part of your routine. It's really going to help, especially when, you know, things do start to take off, because you are used to this habit of creating versus just like going through periods where you don't create. It's a much harder to like start. It's kind of like running. You know, if you run regularly, say like once a week, if you have to run a marathon, you could probably do it, you know? But if you don't run for like 6 months and then you're like, you have to run this marathon, it's going to be a lot harder, if that makes sense. It's like you're just training your muscles. Okay, I have a few more. And the next one is, you got to be obsessed. You got to be obsessed. You have to be disciplined. I don't know who originally said this quote, but I heard it again today on TikTok, and it was saying, you get to choose. You get to choose the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. They're both painful. So if you can be disciplined now and do the hard things, so that may mean, you know, you have to stay extra at the studio to practice and you don't get to go out with your friends, or maybe you have to work that side job so you can pay for more songs. you have to be disciplined now. You have to do the hard work. You have to stay up editing the content. It's not fun, is it? No, not all the time. But guess what? Choose the pain of discipline or choose the pain of regret. So be obsessed with it. Practice. Fight for what you believe in, Create. Like, be vulnerable. It's scary to write about your emotions and put them out there for the internet. I get that because I do it. So I can say that. But it is so worth it, okay? So stay disciplined, stay obsessed. And then, okay, stop waiting to be discovered / stop procrastinating. I did this for a long time. I was like, I'll release music when I have like the perfect song, the song that will make me like famous, whatever. And then I got to a point in 2020, I wrote Sweet and Low, and I was like, literally after I wrote that song, something clicked in my brain. And I was like, why am I waiting? I love this song. I want to put this out. Then I created a whole project. But the truth is that no one's going to discover you. No one's going to save you. No one's going to give you permission. Stop letting that stop you just because you're scared. You have a gift from God. You have a talent. You have a unique perspective and a unique voice. There's only one of you. That's what's crazy to me. I'm like, your story deserves to be heard. Even if it changes one person's life, isn't that worth it? Just saying. I'm just saying. So stop waiting and put it out. Give yourself a deadline, work backwards, and put it out, okay? Period. That was like, I got hyped up for a second there. Okay, I have two other points, and one of them is have a life outside of music. Not only does this keep you mentally sane, like, yes, you got to be obsessed, but you have to have a life, have other hobbies. It can be simple as like, I really like doing needlepoint, or I love going hiking, or I love bird watching. Like, just have other things outside of music that keep you sane, that keep you grounded, whether it be like, oh, I love taking this workout class, or I love taking dance class, or I love cooking. Have other hobbies, because it is difficult when, your creative outlet is also your job. There's a Billie Eilish song, from her second album, I think, Getting Older, where it's like, things I once enjoyed just keep me employed now. So it's like, make sure you have these other creative outlets. Like, I love, obviously, makeup. I love makeup. I love fashion designing. I love reading. I'm a big reader. Have other hobbies outside of music. Trust me, okay? It may sound silly, or I don't have enough time. Even if it's something small, it will actually change your life. Plus, then you have things to write about, okay? And last but not least, be patient with this process, but be urgent, if that makes sense. It's like, don't rush for tomorrow, but act like today's the only day you have, if that makes sense. I know that's not the best like analogy, but there's another thing. It's like, think 10 years. Like, in 10 years, what do you want to be doing? But then I want you to take action today as if you only have 6 months to get there. Period. Slow and steady always wins the race, but slow and steady does not mean lazy. That means you're consistently taking action every single day. You're steady. You're not going through these peaks and valleys where you're like, oh, I'm going to do a bunch, and then you do nothing. Stay consistent. It will prevent burnout. It will prevent, you going crazy. I'm speaking from experience. Stay consistent and put your art out there. And yeah, I mean, that's all the tips I have for today. I just kind of wanted to share that because I get a lot of DMs about that. And I think it's something that we can definitely talk about more. So you should DM me on Instagram if you have any questions, or if you want me to do part 2 / if you have any topics or things you need advice on or want me to cover, message me there. But that's it for today. I love y'all so much, and I will see you in the next episode. I can't believe how fast time is going, and I can't believe the next time I see you, I'm going to be 25, which is kind of scary. But you know what? I realized it's a blessing, because there's so many people who probably wish that they could be turning 25, and what a gift it is each and every day to wake up and have a new day, I've realized that as I've gotten older. And okay, we have to say our affirmation before I go. Today's a wonderful day. I'm confident because I am a problem solver. I always have options because I choose to be optimistic. Today I will learn something new, laugh, and make a difference in someone else's life. I love y'all so much, and I will see you in the next episode.